Alright, so we got some confusing news coming out of boxing, and that is originally Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford was going to fight in September. Rumor has it going to be 168 pounds. Then you're hearing reports that Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul had agreed to have a super fight coming up, I believe in May, for around 200 pounds. Now Jake Paul, who is a YouTube heavyweight champion, or cruiserweight champion should I say, or people's champion, whatever you want to call him, blew up on YouTube. He's been fighting everybody, and he recently just fought Mike Tyson in front of 60 million viewers on Netflix. Well, him and Canelo was going to fight. It's supposed to be a money fight, clearly. I mean, I really don't even, should be no reason for a fight breakdown because Canelo would destroy Jake Paul. Well, now you're hearing reports that fight is back off, and now there's talks again with Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford. And honestly, I don't know, man. This is why boxing is where it is. It's too much confusion. Canelo's team is just throwing stuff out there. We don't know what's going on. Even Eddie Hearn had kind of talked about how Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez was in the works. So now you're hearing, like I said, reports that him and Crawford are going to fight again. Every other day, we're hearing something new about Canelo and Crawford. Whether they're going to fight, whether they're not going to fight. Honestly, if Canelo fights Terence Bud Crawford, he's in a lose-lose situation. If he goes in there and he beats Terence Bud Crawford, people are going to say, oh, he's a little guy, Crawford's a little guy. Why wouldn't he fight nobody when David Benavidez is up there in his weight range? And if he goes in and he loses against Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez is forever exposed, honestly, as a cherry picker and an extreme ducker. If Terence Bud Crawford goes in there and he beats on Canelo Alvarez, whoops him, then now Terence Bud Crawford honestly is arguably the greatest fighter since 2000 in all divisions. Honestly, you would never see nothing like that. Two-time undisputed in two different weight classes, and then you move up and get a belt at 154 pounds, and then you move up and you beat Canelo Alvarez. Even though Terence Crawford is he walks around heavy, and honestly, all that you trying to grab him and hold on to him was not going to work because he was a high-profile wrestler back in the day. Which is why when you see him fight against Earl Spence, even though people quote-unquote said Earl was bigger, Terence Bud Crawford, I mean, whenever Earl been trying to grab him, he was too little for Crawford, even though Crawford was quote-unquote the little guy. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, I won't be surprised if Canelo don't fight Jake Paul and don't fight Terence Bud Crawford. Honestly, he should be calling out David Benavidez, who just had a super fight last week, sold out in Las Vegas, and he's now about to be a superstar. Now, Benavidez did talk about he could go up to cruiserweight, but they could still make that fight. And he was Canelo's mandatory for years, and the sanctioning bodies never made them to fight. But that's who Canelo honestly should be eyeing. But I think he's at the point in his career where if he loses again, it's going to be you're gonna start questioning him, because when he lost to Floyd, okay, cool, Floyd outboxed him, he outclassed him. When he lost against Bivol, and he went up there and tried to cherry pick Bivol, and if you remember the fight, remember at first they had him rise up or whatever, and he was so confident he knew he was going to go up there and win, and then he couldn't even touch Bivol. Even Bivol said he just hit my arm. That was it. Then after that, you see Canelo. Ever since then, he really been making sure that he's been very careful with who he's been selecting. So I don't know, man. They're just at this point they're just throwing this stuff out there. I'm gonna keep making boxing videos about this, cause I know y'all want to hear this type of stuff, but you never know, honestly, until it's signed on the dotted line. We don't know what's going on here in boxing. But I don't know. Maybe he'll fight both of them. Fuck it. We'll see. But I didn't want to get my quick thoughts about it. Tell me what y'all think.